Frequently asked questions on marriage. Frequently asked questions on marriage and why certain cases get denied. In this video, we are going to answer some questions. My name is Bijoux, Ngwanda. As you know it, I'm an immigration lawyer based here in DC. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you are not new, welcome back. Thank you for subscribing. And please do not forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. If you enjoy the content, you go ahead and share, like. Don't forget to comment below. Also follow me on all platforms. Links are in the description box below. If you need a consultation, my friend, you can schedule it. I'm trying to do a live session every Sunday. I'm trying to come up with a fixed time. It's going to be between 12:30 to 1 p.m. or between 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. But I'm going to really come up with a time so that we can have a fixed date every Sunday live session during early afternoon. Okay? And then some other random live sessions during the week, depending on my availability. But I want to mark Sunday as my really like a schedule so that we know we're going to meet and keep that consistency going. Okay, that's why you need to share this video, my friend, for support. Thank you very much. Let's answer those questions. This person asked me a question. I want to get married in the United States. However, I'm struggling about the divorce part. My former wife is back home. I am trying to divorce my former wife. Should I divorce in the United States or should I file my divorce back home? I'm going to give you those two options, how it's going to play out. If you file a divorce in the United States, depending on what state you are in. Right here in DC, I know the procedure because I'm a DC lawyer, really. I'm licensed in DC as well. I kind of know the procedure of divorce here because I tried to take some divorce cases early on, but you know, it's but anyway, so if you are in DC, the law requires you to at least be a resident for at least 6 months prior to filing a divorce in the District of Columbia. And you have to properly serve the opposing party, the person you are divorcing. That person has to be served. They have to be notified properly, okay? And you have to notify the court that you have notified the other person properly as well. And if you want to divorce a person who's outside of the United States, then you have to find international services, how it works. How are you going to serve that other person outside? How are they going to be notified? It has to be proper service as required by the laws of the District of Columbia, and which makes it a little bit complicated for people who are abroad. That's why, in my personal opinion, I think that it's going to be better for this person to just hire a lawyer back home and file a divorce back home. At least over there, it's going to be much easier. That's what I think. But again, I've explained to you how it's going to play out if you file a divorce here in the United States. Okay? And if you file the divorce outside back home, then you have to really know what type of document you have to present to USCIS, because we've seen a lot of cases being denied because the divorce in question was not valid. And then they get married here because the divorce was not valid. The case got denied because technically they're still not divorced, and therefore they couldn't get married. So everything become like bigamy, which is a crime in the United States. So that's why you have to look at the Department of State and look under your country to see what exactly is required as far as the document that you have to provide to USCIS to valid as a valid divorce. Okay? And it's going to tell you exactly where you're going to get that type of document in your country. We have it on the Department of State website. So this is if you want a divorce back home. To follow up to that question, we're going to say this, right? If you get divorced or you divorce your spouse back home and you marry a U.S. citizen here, and later on you divorce that U.S. citizen to go marry your spouse that you divorced back home, my friend, just know that this is going to be considered as misrepresentation, fraud, especially within that 5 years of not, it's pretty much a big red flag when it comes to case being denied. Yeah, don't do it. If that's your intention, don't do it. It's a red flag, and I've seen cases being denied and U.S. citizenship being denied as well for lacking good moral and character. The third question will be another person asked the question to find out if they have children outside of marriage while they are married to the U.S. citizen, and later on USCIS finds out, is it going to undermine their green card case? It could undermine your green card case unless you can describe or you can argue that those extramarital affairs has been dealt with the current spouse. She knows, and you've dealt with, and you have repaired. If you can demonstrate that, then yes, your green card can be approved. But if not, it's a red flag, and it's going to be denied based on lacking good moral and character. Remember, even when you meet all the requirements for adjustment of status, as we've previously talked about adjustment of status, even if you meet all those requirements for adjustment of status, you have to understand one thing. Adjustment of status is a matter of discretion. They can just deny a case based on their discretion. And you want things to be aligned to your favor so that USCIS can make a favorable discretion on your behalf on the decision that they're going to make for you. That's why you need counsel, my friend. You need counsel because you need guidance. You need counsel because we've seen cases being denied for simple things that could have been fixed just with a consultation. And again, that's why you need it. You need it, and you should schedule it, okay? It can prevent you from a lot of things. Let me tell you again, and lastly, another person case of marriage and U.S. citizenship was denied. Why? You know, when somebody filed a green card based on marriage, and you know they have to file for I-751 because they have to remove conditions. And because those I-751 applications are taking too long, some people, when the 3 years mark get there and they don't have their conditional green card, of course, it's advisable to file for the application for naturalization. Because you already met the 3 years requirement, you're still married to the person, you still file taxes together. Yes, you can do that. And this is what happened to this person. This person came for the consultation after the facts, right? That's why I keep telling you, you need to come for the consultation before. But anyway, the person came for the consultation after the facts. What happened was he was granted this 2 years conditional green card. Then the time came, he filed jointly I-751 to remove conditions on the green card, and then the 3 years time came, the mark, he filed for his U.S. citizenship, and now USCIS had to decide for all those things because the time for the interview of the U.S. citizenship application came about. They sent him a letter for the interview, as the letter requires you to go to the interview with your spouse or with everything. Guess what? This person went to the interview by himself. That's number one mistake. The spouse wasn't there. Remember that you're filing for citizenship based on marriage. That's why you're filing it only after 3 years. It's a favor, right? But then you go to the interview by yourself without the spouse in question. It's already a red flag. That was the first mistake. The second mistake was the person changed their address, showing that he doesn't even live with the spouse in question together, even after reconciliation. But why would you change the address prior to the interview? It was a second red flag, and all those interview cases and everything were denied. So now they're filing the form N-336, try to appeal or notice of the hearing, so they can have a hearing and the opportunity to explain themselves when the time comes. But remember that those things could have been prevented because the person is still with the wife. But now we are still waiting for N-336 to be decided. Lacking good moral and character. We've talked about it before. We talked about it all the time. It really does undermine somebody's potential to obtain legal status. We're here in this country. Legal status is important. It's important for your business. It's important for your peace of mind. It's important just for you to have some freedom of movement. And if you undermine the potential of obtaining it just because you lack counsel, simple facts, that's on you. My friend, again, counsel is available if you need it. You can schedule your consultation by using the consultation link in the description box below. Until next time, bye-bye.